In 1921, Greenwood, Tulsa, Oklahoma, known as Black Wall Street, was a thriving, prosperous black community. Families lived, worked, and dreamed in freedom. But in a single day, that world was shattered. Fires consumed homes, guns tore through streets, hundreds of lives were lost in what became known as the Tulsa Race Massacre. Among those who survived this unspeakable horror was a 7-year-old girl named Viola Ford Fletcher. Today we honor her life, her courage, and her legacy, and we promise that her story and the story of Greenwood will never be forgotten.
On behalf of Akuno Senko for Bay, you know what I'm saying? Jay, where you at? We're trying to help our people elevate. Hope. H-O-P-E. We're giving them hope. We doing what we gotta do, you know. Every day, one step at a time, man. We gonna make it happen. Helping our people elevate. Yeah. Sometimes I practice focus, thought, and meditate. I'm trying to come with other ways to help our people elevate and seeking knowledge, make me levitate. The lifted mental state is what results from how we orchestrate. This for the family's sake. Let's self-reflect and self-evaluate. And every day, make sure the steps you take, you calculate. Receive a master's fate. I know I can't exist without the hate, but that's okay. I balance that with higher self today. Success is on this way, and after that, my flesh can pass away.
Viola Fletcher was born May 10, 1914 in Comanche, Oklahoma. She was one of 8 children living a normal childhood in a vibrant community. But on May 31st, 1921, her life changed forever. Viola recalls the chaos and horror of that day in her own words from her memoir, "Don't Let Them Bury My Story." We passed piles of dead bodies heaped in the streets. Some of them had their eyes open as though they were still alive, but they weren't. The violence was unimaginable. Families fled on foot or in buggies. Homes were burned. Her community was destroyed. After the massacre, Viola's family struggled to rebuild. Life was hard, but Viola's resilience was remarkable. She never forgot the event of that day. She carried her memories with her, vivid, haunting, and unrelenting. She asked in her memoir, "How could you just give a mob of violent, crazed, racist people a bunch of deadly weapons and allow them, no, encourage them to go out and kill innocent black folks and demolish a whole community?" Her words remind us that the injustice of that day was deliberate, calculated, and rooted in lies. Viola's life became a living testament of endurance, memory, and truth. In 1932, Viola married Robert Fletcher. She moved to California, where she worked as an assistant welder in shipyards during World War II. After the war, she returned to Oklahoma, raised 3 children, and worked in the domestic service until she was 85. Through decades of hardship, change, and progress, Viola never forgot her past. She carried the memories of Greenwood and the massacre with her as a guide, a warning, and a call to action. In her later years, Viola Fletcher became a voice for justice. She testified before the United States Congress, asking that the massacre and its victims never be forgotten. In 2023, she published her memoir, co-written by her grandson, Ike Howard, "Don't Let Them Bury My Story." Her memoir is powerful and unflinching. She writes, "I have lived through the massacre every day. Our country may forget this history, but I cannot." She describes the terror, the smoke, the flames, and the lifeless bodies. She reflects on decades of racial injustice, the civil rights movement, and modern struggles for equality. Her words are a bridge between the past and the present, between history and memory. In her memoir, Viola insists, "You can learn a lot from this story. History can't repeat itself if you don't correct and reconcile issues." Viola Fletcher's story is not only about survival, it's about the truth, justice, and moral courage. Her vivid recollections demand we face the realities of 1921. They force us to acknowledge the lies, the destruction, and the lives stolen. They ask us to act, to remember, and to fight for justice. Her life shows that resilience is not just enduring suffering, it is the experience to inspire change. Viola dedicated over a century to making sure the story of Greenwood and Black Wall Street would never be buried. Viola Fletcher lived a remarkable life, from 7 years old witnessing one of the worst racial massacres in American history, to over 110 years of living, witnessing, and advocating. She carried the weight of the history with courage and dignity. She lived to see major historical moments: the Great Depression, World War II, the Civil Rights Movement, Barack Obama elected as president, and the rise of Black Lives Matter. And yet, she never let her story or her community's story be forgotten. She reminds us that history is not just something we read in a book. It is alive in the memories of those who lived it. Viola Fletcher passed away November 24, 2025 at the age of 111. With her passing, the last living direct survivor of the Tulsa Race Massacre gone, but her legacy, her voice, her courage still remains. Let us honor Viola by remembering Greenwood, by teaching this history, and by fighting for justice wherever injustice still exists. In her own words, don't let them bury my story. Today, we remember, today we honor, and today we carry her story forward. To learn more about Viola Fletcher and the Tulsa Race Massacre, visit organizations dedicated to preserving this history and ensuring justice. Her story is a reminder history matters, memory matters, and the truth matters. Until next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace and love, family.